so I can't use it.
I know, you have so much stuff. I'm like, I have a belt that I've used once, and you're like, look at me, magic.
And
I got too much
we're
stuff.
live.
He's the guy on Three Amigos who's in the water in the desert.
Yeah.
I know,
You're dying. We're dying. He's just like, oh. Yeah.
You shot
up.
We all
shut up.
Anyways.
All right. We're ready when you guys are.
Definitely.
Are you really, though? Are you really?
Never.
No.
Never.
Oh,
We're
it's-
never ready
it's
for
just,
this.
It's just the Naga, not the beholder. We're fine.
We're not killing it. Anyways.
Surprise, polymorph.
You're not.
It's really the beholder.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Polymorph, it's really a
Polymorph,
dragon!
Mom.
Oh, God. No. We found the ancient green dragon.
Attack.
Jay, go get the Tiamat mini.
On that note, welcome everybody to this week's session of The Keep. Thank you for joining us today. Be prepared for many shenanigans. Today is going to get interesting. We hope that you'll enjoy it. I think this is going to be a lot of fun today and kind of crazy, so buckle up. Do we have any announcements in particular before we go ahead and jump into the game?
I don't guarantee that we're going to be focused for this.
Wow.
So, this would be fun.
This is going to be interesting.
But no, I don't think we really have any announcements right now.
I'm wearing contacts today.
Woo!
Woo!
I just wanted to say something because I could.
But yeah, that's
No, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Entirely fair. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this then. When last we left our heroes, the 11th Hour had been transported away from their journey to the Underlord through a teleportation mishap that landed them in the middle of the desert. They could see their intended destination, the mountains where they were aiming to go, far off on the distant horizon, and started moving in that direction. On the way, Jojo, scouting overhead, saw a large shape moving under the sand, leaving a wave of earth in its wake, moving towards a structure, some sort of building, a little bit further into the desert. So y'all changed course. You altered your path to go and investigate this structure. You discovered a temple, marking the resting place of the hero Zelazar, a fabled figure from Celiax's home here on Denegon. And you discovered, moreover, that a lot of these stories, a lot of the tales surrounding Zelazar and the Arbiter of that time were not as true as they had been portrayed to be. Where Zelazar in the stories was often mistaken for the Arbiter herself was a female red dragonborn named Asha. And she discovered, as you entered into the undercroft of this temple and spoke with, after making your way through a number of puzzles and traps, spoke with some of the guardians of this place, and got a little bit more information and started to figure your way through the rooms of this undercroft until you reached the guardian, this Naga, that called for Celiax to prove his might. You know, her sister is waiting after this for him to prove his worth. You have just charged your sacred weapon. You have rushed the Naga, and we are going to pick up at that point with everybody's initiative. So,
I think DM, do we have a map set up or?
yes, go ahead and grab the map marked with an E.
Okay.
Did you still have the initiatives from last week?
Get our initiatives.
Or are we rolling those?
No, I have them. We rolled them at the end of session last week. I've still got them.
Oh, that's what I was. Yeah. That's what I was
Oh,
on.
that's not a big room.
Nope.
That is not nearly as big as I was hoping. Oh dear.
Okay.
Everybody's in front of you.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see if we're gonna have to adjust it.
Ah.
No, we need to lower it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Lord, what do we? Who's where? What?
All right. So the Naga is about 10 feet in front of the door. And that's the northern door. Y'all have come in the southern door. Celiax is rushing the Naga, and the rest of y'all are arrayed along the southern part of the room there.
No. She would be about there. Wow, this is
Wow.
Bad.
a tiny room.
In the far corner west.
And the bard. He's
This is gonna be fun.
he's in charge.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
Okay. Got one.
Geez, lads.
okay.
All right, I don't remember initiative order, so.
All right, Kazator is up first.
Yes. Woohoo!
And this is you. Okay, Stuart.
Siliex, you're
Okay.
on deck.
Which
Kazator, what are you doing?
back? The Naga is the big thing in front. I'm assuming.
Yeah, about
I'm
20 to 25 feet ahead of you.
Okay, give me half a sec. I'm gonna switch the view so I can see the map better.
One Mississippi.
Do that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Who's in the back corner?
That's Hal.
Okay.
Albert.
Let's go ahead and move northeast, kind of in front of Doran and 2 squares to his right. Yes. Oh,
Okay.
not right against the wall. One to the west. Perfect. 5, 10, 15, 20. Perfect. And then what's the light situation in this room?
The only sources of light are the kinds you brought in with you.
Well, my axe is shining a 30-foot bright light now, so.
And my sword is whatever daylight is. Or not daylight, the light.
Lit for a
20 foot, I believe, for the light cantrip.
Something like that.
You know what? The
The
goal here is for Siliex to display his might. I'm going to do what I can to help him. I am going to cast Detect Thoughts on the Naga.
Dang.
See if I can get any insight.
Okay. Let me pull up the spell here real quick.
Excellent.
Is anyone else thinking
has
of
all
that
new
particular
spells.
field
Right? He's
song?
excited now.
I kind of did an overhaul. I told you at level 9.
What you find me useful? Took you 9 levels to figure out how to play a bard.
Took me 8
For the
levels, and I had to wait till I got to.
It's okay, it's a learning curve. For the duration,
Sure.
you can read the thoughts of certain creatures when you cast a spell, and as an action on each of your turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. The Naga has an intelligence of higher than 3
I assumed.
and does
probably
speak the
has-
language.
Probably has a ridiculous saving throw, though.
Okay, so you initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. So, Kazator, you pick up on an expectancy, a waiting, and a sort of a judging air almost, as she is waiting to see what Siliex is doing. There's an expectancy that she's prepared to test his mettle, that she sees him rushing forward and taking this aggressive stance. And so you sense readiness and sort of an acceptance in this moment.
Okay. I will just hold concentration on that so I can go deeper next turn, and I will, I guess, go ahead and inspire Siliex. Where am I?
What?
Are you
Oh,
feeling
shut up.
okay? Do you have
Never
corona?
mind. Never mind.
Take it all back. Inspire
Okay.
yourself.
So that's D8, and I will just this is the Naga is a snake-like creature, right?
Yeah, a
Okay.
serpentine body and a humanoid head.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Something really weird, but
I'll What, Doran?
No, don't worry about it. I'm being an idiot.
So I get to Solyax. I'll just say, this is why I don't inspire. You got this, Soul Bro.
I feel so inspired now.
He believes in you.
Go ahead and take your D8, or is it a D10 yet?
It's a D8. I think it goes up at level 10.
It's coming up soon.
I don't even think
Next level.
I do that. All right.
Very bad.
Sweet stuff. Thanks, man.
All right, Silyax.
Yeah.
Or Kazator, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
That's it.
All right, Silyax, you're up.
Okay. Well, we're doing this. God, Silyax, you're an idiot. All right, we're moving forward. And I'm going to run out to it. And I'm going to swing the good old axe at it.
Okay.
Well, that's a natural 5, so 19.
Just misses.
You used your inspire.
Well, I thought 19 would have hit, but okay. Swinging again for strike 2, because apparently 19 misses. 24.
That does hit.
All right. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm displaying might. I'm gonna burn a 3rd level divine smite. Okay.
Divine
that
Might.
should
Or
be-
smite.
All right. What's the damage on that?
So I'm trying to count my d8s. Hold on.
Yeah. Dropping.
Thanks. Okay, well that's a lot of 8s. That is 16. Okay, so that is math hurts. 8 plus 6 is 14. So 14 points of slashing damage and
Ow.
24 points of radiant damage.
So total, what is that?
38.
14.
38. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. You see as you swing your sacred weapon, and there's a brief glow, like this radiant force that seems to surround the guardian Naga that just manages to give it enough time to shift, and so your first blow goes awry. You take that into account with your second strike, and you're prepared for the movement, and so you lead a little bit of your target and you swing your axe through, meeting the same sort of radiant buffer, and then breaking through and inflicting your damage, your strike upon the Naga.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Start apologizing profusely.
Nope, that's gonna be it for now.
I don't want to do this, but I have to.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Val, you're up.
Oh, I am?
You are.
Cool. I'm gonna move up to 30 feet. And I'm going to Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So wisdom saving throw.
Okay. As you move forward, you see the Guardian Naga glance your way. You have triggered the prepared action it has held. I need you and who else is closest?
This means Solyak.
Let me make sure I've got this right. The 4 closest people, I need y'all to go ahead and make wisdom saving throws. So that would be
Everybody
Silyax,
but
that would be
Halberd.
Val, that would be Kazator. Yeah, everybody but Halberd.
Oh, good.
Wisdom
You
save.
said
That's
Wisdom
what I
save.
want.
Wisdom save.
Oh, don't fail me, dice.
19.
Okay.
Oh,
9.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Val and Solix, you are overtaken almost by a paralysis to your body, but you manage to shake it off to overcome it. Kazator and Doran, the two of y'all, when you meet the Naga's gaze as it glances around, seeing this other assertive action coming in, you are overcome by an inability to move, a paralysis that has overtaken you. Solix and Val, you're close enough to see this radiant buffer that the Naga had surrounding it has now fallen. Wisdom saving throw is going to be a 19
For what?
Wisdom save.
Oh,
for Toll the Dead. 19.
yeah, that survives.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. Doran, you're up.
Well, I mean, cool. Can I try to get out of the thing, or do I just get to sit and spin?
At the end of your turn, go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
Roll the dice. Hey, that's even worse. So no.
No, you are still paralyzed in your spot.
Buddy, no.
Joy.
Halberd, what are you
I
doing?
will continue to sit and spin.
She's an odd pickle, and I don't like it. And I don't like how we're handling it.
I'm not thrilled myself. It's very weird.
Lauren, I'm sorry, I don't want to take too long, but can you say what the Naga said to Celix again?
That she is there to test his might. That to continue moving forward on the path, you must pass her test, essentially.
Cool.
Test.
Okay. Guys, I really want to see what this does. I don't know if it'll be worth it or not.
What the heck?
I'm pulling out my poisonwood crossbow.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm excited.
On one of the pepper
And you-
spray bolts.
Is it a beholder bolt?
I got 4 of them.
Okay.
You're using the stank missiles?
Am I catching some sort of not should? No, I'm going to save that. As much as Jonathan wants to know, Halberd would not do that, so please forgive me. Y'all are right. Y'all are playing my character better than I am.
Like we said, today's a little weird.
Oh, shoot. I don't like this at all.
Do nothing.
I'm
like
going
it even-
to...
Display Soyex's might by shooting him and letting the Naga see how he resists it.
Yeah. Going to cast Zephyr Strike as a bonus action. I'm going to hold
Okay.
my action. If the Naga attempts to attack Celix, that will be my trigger to shoot. And then I'm going to yell at Celix and ask, all right, Arbiter, where do you draw your might from? Is the shield just something for show? I'm just going to stand there.
Okay. Back to the top of initiative. Kazator.
Okay, I was just looking up paralyzed, so I didn't have to ask you. But since we're back to me, what are the what is the condition? What are the specifics?
You are incapacitated. You
Okay.
cannot move. You cannot speak. You automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Any
Okay.
attack that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of you.
Perfect.
That's
So
fun.
my detect thought spell that is already up that I'm concentrating on, I could still concentrate on.
I believe so. Let me check the definition of incapacitated real quick.
Okay.
You cannot take actions or reactions. So you can
thinking a free action? Okay, so all I can basically do is make the save at the end of my turn.
I will let you maintain the concentration on it.
Sure. But I just can't like focus on it to actually detect thought this turn.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just making the wisdom save at the end of my turn.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Guys, we went through that round so fast. I'm so proud of us. That's a 12.
That is a 12. That is a failure.
Fantastic.
Silyax, you're up.
Right, I'm going to take a step back, seeing how my companions are having trouble resisting. I'm going to take, I'll put myself in between them, so now they're both within 10 feet of me, which will give them a boost to their saves.
Does that provoke an attack of
Yeah,
opportunity?
does the Naga take an attack on me or no?
Use its reaction to use the thing.
As you step away, no, the Naga does not take an attack on you.
Okay. I will then use my action to cast, because I do have a carrot, I'll use my action to cast command, and I will say yield.
Okay.
Ooh.
What is that, a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom save. Which I imagine she's good at.
That is 14 plus, so that is a 22.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus
that
8.
tracks.
Nope. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I figured it was super wise. All right. Well, that's all I got.
Again.
Okay. So you see as she looks at you, as she resists your command to yield, she looks at you. Prove your might. What do you wait for?
Mother, let's go.
Val,
Yeah?
your turn.
Oh, crap.
Two things.
So when Soyix backed up, Naga didn't attack. And does the Naga seem to even be paying attention to me at the moment?
No, most of her attention is focused on Silyax. She's aware that you're there, but he is the one she is testing.
Yeah, kind of figured. Okay, there looks like there's a door beside me. Is it an open door? Is it a closed door?
It appears to be an open archway.
Bye, Cortana.
Split the party. Man, just like Cora.
Everybody, and I'm just gonna step around the corner.
All right, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, just like Cora.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Like father, like son.
Val dies.
Well, that's a nat 20.
Drops to 0 hit points.
That is a natural 20.
28.
Okay.
He's like, ooh, fails.
I cast daylight. Wait a
literally
minute.
Just went around the
Ah!
corner. Still see y'all.
Okay. So you see the doorway. You start moving towards it. You reach it, and you run smack dab into an invisible wall of energy there. You are pushed back 5 feet. You do not take any damage. The shocking feeling to it, you could feel the static electricity as it sort of reach out for you as you were pushed back, but you managed to resist the damaging effect.
All right, so am I like still in this space, or am I moved back farther?
Push back 5 feet.
You're still in the space next to it.
Okay, that's what I was just confirming. Yeah. I'll look back at everybody and be like, there's a wall here. I'm not entirely sure what we're supposed to do. And I'm just gonna, I'm actually gonna turn and just lean up in the corner, sword sheath, just shield up in case, but just kind of cross my arms like, I don't know what to do at this point.
Okay. Doran, end of your turn. Go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
I roll. That's better. That's a 13. Yeah.
That is a 13.
Plus
That
a D4,
is-
right? Plus a D4.
Plus,
Oh,
So-
so
plus, yeah,
17.
plus 4, sorry.
Oh, plus 4.
17.
So yeah.
That is a success.
Ah!
You managed to shake off the
Oh.
paralyzing effect. That is the end of your turn, though. Your turn is over, so you do not move
Cool.
on this
I'll
round.
stand there and do nothing.
But you are no longer
Gotcha, dude.
paralyzed.
Yay.
Halberd.
I'm
God.
gonna hold my action still.
8.
Okay. Same trigger.
Same trigger.
Okay.
When it tries to damage Celix. I guess if it tries to damage anybody else either, I'd step in on that.
Appreciate that.
So you alter the trigger. If she becomes aggressive towards any of your allies, you attack.
Mhm.
Okay. Back to the top of the order. Kasator.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom
Hey,
save.
that's a natural 16 for a 23.
Plus 4.
You also managed to shake off
Wait, that's
the.
with the plus 4.
You also managed to shake off the paralysis.
Woo!
Excellent.
I got you guys.
Huzzah.
Fake soul bro.
Yeah.
As she feels the enchantment break on your allies, and she sees your strategic moving, her eyes focus on Silyax. Where is your strength? Where is your might? Prove it to me.
Mortal Kombat.
Right?
Yes.
I've been thinking that
Silyax,
the whole time.
Uh-huh.
it's your turn.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I'm aware.
Okay. I will. Guess I'll rush back to it. And then. I'm actually, yeah. I'm going to. This will drop my sacred weapon, but I'm going to put my axe away.
Okay.
And I'm going to use one of my attack actions to attempt to grapple this thing.
Okay. Make
So
an
rather than
athletics
slice it,
check.
you give it a hug.
Yeah, I'm not so good at those. Nope, that's. I wish I was proficient in athletics, but I'm not. 14.
21.
Yeah.
You attempt to grapple, but the serpentine form of this creature manages to elude your grasp.
All right. Well, action attack number 2. We're doing it again.
All right. Roll again.
Much better. You know what? As I'm reminded by a voice in my head, I'm inspiring myself on this one as well. Okay, 25.
Okay, 18. So you do manage to catch hold of some of the coils of this serpentine creature's body. You have her grappled for the moment.
Okay. Sweet. That worked. I don't know. That's as far as I got. There isn't a plan after this. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Val, what are you doing?
Watching him do this, yeah, I'm enjoying the show. I'm just gonna walk over, and then as I walk by to join the rest of our group, I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder and cast guidance. Say, "Good luck, buddy."
Okay. You've been guided. That's concentration for up to a minute. Is that right?
Yep. And now he can roll a d4 and add it to an ability check.
Okay.
Useful.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna just finish walking over here.
Great.
This is awesome.
Okay. Sweet.
Doran,
Hello.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up with Sully, and are we trying to? What are we doing?
We don't know. Enjoying the show at the moment.
I mean, I'll do the giant's might and try to help him hold the beastie, I guess. Because I don't know what else I could be doing right now. Actually, no. I changed my mind. I don't want to use my giant thing, but I do want to use my storm rune so I can give advantage and disadvantage.
Okay, so bonus action, activate your rune.
Yeah. Activate.
And then if I remember right, that is when either someone rolls. When someone rolls, you can either give them advantage or disadvantage on that roll, right? You don't assign it ahead of time?
No, it's a reaction. So,
Okay.
But when they roll, I can be like, yo, do the thing.
Okay, good deal.
Future vision, go! Right? And
Essentially.
then, I guess I don't. I'll help support him because I imagine the beastie's fighting. I'm gonna try and keep him from falling over.
Okay.
I'll do that.
So you're taking the help action.
I help.
All right, cool.
All right. So in supporting him, Celiax, next time you are attempting to grapple the creature or something to that effect, Doran's got your back. You'll have advantage on that roll.
When the
Strong
non-support
bro.
rolls try to play support roles.
Halberd, what are you doing?
I don't know what to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm walking around. I want to go look at that door with my movement.
35?
Plus Zephyr Strike.
You're using that?
I
Don't you have to make an attack with that one?
Is it? Don't you get that movement when you
do it. Then I'm going to bonus action dash.
Okay, well,
Yeah, yes, you can do that.
And I'm just gonna hold my action still. The same thing. Standing by the doorway.
Okay.
Real fast. It is a doorway, right? Or is it like solid stone?
No, it's open.
Okay.
You can see there's a tunnel down the other side. From the light in the room, it's dimly lit. You can see it opens into another chamber, but you don't get a whole lot of detail in that chamber.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it wasn't some sort of like illusion that had been cast on the door that he dispelled when he ran into it.
I mean, do you want to test it?
No. I was asking a clarifying question. If it had ceased to exist since he ran into it.
It looks like an open hallway. You don't see anything blocking it.
Okay.
And neither did I.
Yeah, I saw you hit it, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you saw him bounce off it, essentially. All right, so you're just hanging out there and holding your action?
Yep.
All right.
You got to do.
Thanks.
I've helped you out. You're not taking my advice.
Back to the top of the order. Kasator, what are you doing?
Okay, as I concentrate on his thoughts, I think he makes a wisdom save now as I try to probe deeper.
Her thoughts, the Naga, or Solyax?
Yeah, nope, the Naga.
Okay. Wisdom save. That is a...
She'd have to roll real bad.
14?
Hey, does not save. 15.
Yeah, natural 6.
I was like, if she rolls a 7, she saves. Sweet. So I probe deeper, and the target. Okay, so I gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, something it worries over, loves, hates, etc.
Okay, so a little deeper into its emotional state. You can sense it is evaluating Solyex, you can sense that its attention is primarily focused on him as the bearer of Asha's shield. And you actually get a quick glimpse in the Naga's mind, just this flash of an image, a memory almost, of this female red dragonborn, and a sense of commissioning, that she is probably the one who gave it this mission, and that Solyex is essentially being compared to the example that she set. The sort of emotional state attached to that is one of power tempered with wisdom and compassion that is tempered with a sense of justice. You get the sense that while physical might is important, the Naga is evaluating his character just as much.
Yeah. Cool. That's why I did this. Okay. I will.
The tracks.
I'm going to rush the Naga, and I'm gonna yell two things. I'm gonna yell to Solyex. I'm gonna say,
This is dumb.
Be more like Asha. And then I'm gonna I'm gonna say that as I start running, and then I'm gonna yell to the Naga, his might is in his friends, and just like jump on it. Well, he's already got a grapple. I'm just gonna assist the grapple.
Okay. You already used your action to probe deeper, so you can go ahead and you can
hug it from the side.
Okay.
Throw his flailing body.
Belly flop.
Bonus action hug.
Bonus action hug. Okay.
The might of love.
All right. Solyex, you are up next. What are you doing?
What case do we go? I don't know who. I don't know Asha, so I don't know. Okay. So I haven't grappled.
You've got it grappled.
Jeez,
And noticeably, she has not yet attempted to break your grapple.
Yeah, jerk. Okay. Yes. So, okay. I will. Can I? I don't remember. No, that's a feat. You have to have the. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to do now that I got a grapple. Give her a hug. That's essentially what I'm doing. I will. Fine.
Essentially.
I will. I guess release the grapple. And this is the worst.
This is so good. This is so good. This is exactly what you needed.
Solyex is growing so much.
Sure. I guess I will release the grapple and say, God. Use your words. I don't know how did Asha display her might? I don't know. That's about bumbling of words, something about Asha.
Okay.
Don't know. Oh, okay. Well,
Naga eats your face.
Solyex, make a persuasion check.
Decent. 25.
Okay.
With guidance or without?
Good deal.
Oh,
Val,
right. Wait, hang on. Go ahead.
I forgot. I'm guided. 27.
27. Okay. You see the Naga sort of not move away from you necessarily, but turn and look at you straight in the eye.
Mhm.
Just watching.
Yeah.
That's not creepy.
Val, what are you doing?
Feeling absolutely and utterly useless at the moment,
We all are.
but seeing that what Solix just did, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to make Solix's eyes glow bright. Can I do that? I've never tried this
You're just
before.
having fun now.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, thaumaturgy. Go for it. So, what color are they glowing?
The same color as we saw the oracle. Make sure
Make
I can actually do
make
this
him
on
just
another
scroll
person and
through
it's not
colors
just
and make
myself.
stuff.
Yeah, it's my eyes. Never mind. I can't do that. Ah, that would have been so cool though.
He goes, he cuts
So
out.
what color are your eyes right now?
Well, I'm not doing anything, so I guess my usual green color.
Never mind. I thought you were gonna. I was saying like you still cast a spell, but on you. It's like, wait, I thought I could do it to other people.
No, I can definitely do it to myself, but
You know, it's got a range of 30 feet. I'm going to go ahead and say that as a minor wonder, a sign of supernatural power, you can create that magical effect on someone else.
yes.
Cool.
I'll give it to you.
Boom. So I'll. Oh, this is gonna be bad because I'm casting a spell. So I guess my eyes are gonna go black and his are gonna go that bright gold. So the same color that we saw in the oracle.
Okay.
Neat.
Solix, your eyes are glowing.
I mean, I didn't
Val's
know.
eyes have darkened. What's your passive perception?
Oh, like 12.
I say you're a little bit more focused on the Naga. You don't notice Val's eyes deepening to this black yet.
Makes sense.
Yeah, especially since I'm standing directly behind him.
Yeah.
I'm not known for being observant.
Is that vocal?
Mhm.
But most of the rest of y'all can see Solix's eyes glow gold. The Naga seems
he's back.
slightly taken aback.
But impressed.
Doran, what are you doing?
Well, considering it's not really a fight anymore, I'm gonna get a snack out and start munching. And then I look at the snack, and I look at the food and like, you want some?
Great.
This is the dumbest fight ever. I love it.
This isn't a fight.
This isn't a fight.
This is not a fight.
This is not a fight, so that's what I do.
This is the two idiots of the
I
party
do
hugging
that.
a snake.
I wasted my future rune for a not fight.
No.
So this is what I do. I do this.
Now you're
Whether the
snacking.
snake does anything or not is
It's okay. I've used 2 spell slots already.
Is your
yeah,
advantage,
right.
Is your advantage disadvantage ability just for attacks?
Not it's for.
Ability
Well,
check.
let me not lie to you.
Because I was just thinking if you have to make other things like persuasion rolls or whatever, you might still could use it.
The creature you
Makes
aid
an
gains
attack roll,
advantage.
a saving throw, or
Saving roll.
ability check.
Ability check.
Oh.
Yeah, attack,
So,
saving throw, or
Pretty
check.
much anything. Attack, saving roll, or ability check.
That's still good.
Mhm.
So
So there's lots of
If any-
versatilities to it still.
Potentially not
so
wasted.
for the remaining of the 10 rounds I have it, if anyone wants to do anything,
I mean, you
I'm
can
just
give me
gonna have-
advantage on all of these stupid checks I keep doing.
man, that'd be great if I remembered that, huh? Do it again. Do it again. I'll remember.
Mhm.
All right, so Doran, you offer food to who?
The snack.
The snack.
No,
She looks over at you. Thank you kindly for the offer, but I do not require this food to subsist.
Sounds about right.
I just
That's
take
all right.
another bite of food. Okay.
Really took a turn.
All right, Halbert, what are you doing?
Walk over and take some of the snack.
No. So the help action, I want to maybe not for combat, but for an ability check, wisdom, persuasion, I don't know. But just look at Celiax and say, your might comes from the one you serve and the company you keep, mate. I don't think you're going to be strong enough in and of yourself.
We need to Voltron this.
But if you need us to do something, you say the word, we got your back.
All right. For the help action, Halberd, you can lend your aid to another creature in the completion of a task. When you take the help action, the creature you aid gains advantage on the next ability check it makes to perform the task that you're helping with, provided that it makes that check before the start of your next turn. So we'll go ahead and say you are, what task are you helping Celiax with?
Some sort of persuasion, get him to think inside of himself and maybe just lend my voice to get him to do something else besides hit the bloody thing.
No. She said no.
Exactly. And it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. But if we all hit it, I'll hit it with you if you want me to.
Big monster.
All right. Anything else on your turn, Halberd?
No, I struggle hitting something that isn't fighting back.
Smash.
Okay.
So if you tell me to hit it, I'll hit it. Dang it.
Let's do the smash.
Okay, Sator, top of the order. You're up. What are you doing?
I'm going to leave my position like this against a Naga, going, this is nice, and walk over to Soyex and put my hand on his shoulder, and I will cast, well, I guess I don't cast inspiration, whatever the correct word is, but
You will inspire him?
Inspire, thank you. That works. I'm going to inspire him, and just put my hand on it. I'm going to just take his hand and kind of lift it up. We're all in this together. Hand in hand, prove our mind. And
I just took
I
psychic damage.
love and hate you so much right now.
I just took so much psychic damage.
Can I not be inspired?
with my action, I will attempt to go even deeper into the Naga's mind, which it knows now that I am in its head.
That's terrifying.
This is true.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Cheers.
Atta boy.
All right, so that's is that another wisdom save?
I believe so.
If it wants him out, I guess he could choose to fail, right?
I mean, yeah, theoretically. You can fail any save you want.
Jordan the counselor.
Either way, the target knows you're prepping into its mind, and unless you shift your attention to another creature's thought, the creature can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check. If it succeeds, the spell ends.
Tested now? Is it that it's taken effect since it failed the wisdom save and now it can test it with an intelligence check?
It can contest it with an intelligence check on its turn. So right. For this turn, since you've maintained concentration on it, we'll say you don't your probe stays on that sort of deeper level of the subconscious, and you're getting a not quite a confusion, but almost an impatience.
Okay. I will just say to Soyex what it said last turn, more compassion tempered by, I forgot. There was two things.
Just
something tempered by something and something else tempered. There was and compassion.
Fire, water, wind.
That's how you get Captain Planet, not Solex.
But that's what we need.
Strength tempered by wisdom.
Compassion tempered by justice.
Okay, I was just about to say, apparently, Kaysar can't remember. He's going to say, and something about compassion. So I will say those
We'll
two
give it
things.
to you.
I'll
It
say
was less than 6 seconds ago. I'll give it to you.
I'll just say those two things to Soyex.
All right. Soyex, the Naga is watching you,
Yeah, okay.
sort of swaying back and forth, prepared. What is might? Prove your might to me.
I feel like at this point, the Naga's probably getting annoyed with us.
Okay.
Come on, do it.
Well, you want to know what might is. But might is not always strength. Might can be gathered from those around you who can fill in the areas where you might be weak. And so might is knowing your weaknesses and having friends around you to help you in those areas.
Advantage because future vision.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. With the assistance of your friends, go ahead and make it at advantage.
You have advantage, bless, and inspiration.
Oh, trash.
Hashtag.
Am I guided for this? Did you get
Yes.
guided? Did you?
No, I
it's
haven't
fine.
guided you yet.
Hashtag.
Oh, it was guidance, not
Jesus,
bless.
son.
I'm not wasting a spell slot on him. It's dumb. You can figure this out on his own.
Well, I needed all of that because it's only a 23. I rolled a 6 and a
Okay.
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Naga turns to you
Got to 23 though.
and it says, the words you speak are true. Prove to me the strength of your bond.
Does she want us to like make a cheerleader pyramid or something?
We all
Like-
hold hands and start glowing.
Give me the evidence of the words that you speak. And you see her sort of take a little bit of a step back north towards an empty space and
How did
sort
she
of
do
settle
that?
herself in,
She gets
preparing
opportunity to action
to,
three of us.
She
if
don't
you
got-
take them,
Also, she don't
Do
got
you
no
take 'em?
feet. How does she take steps?
she slithered back.
Oh, there you go.
She has
Just
real
being a
feet,
butt.
bro.
I apologize.
Okay. Don't
She's
know.
a pretty false snake. She's got feet.
I don't know how.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's all I could do. I couldn't use my action talking to her. I feel like. And make a
All right.
mistake, right?
Initiative was really useful for keeping track of who was doing what in what order. Would y'all like to return to a more narrative style and let's just see how this plays out?
I mean, I feel like we might as well because
Yeah, we're kind of
none of us are attacking unless he does.
Unless he tells us to.
This is still a non.
Albert is still prepared to be violent.
Albert's always prepared to be violent.
You're not wrong.
Says the guy who hit first, and I'm the one who's kept on saying, meh, meh.
But you're still ready.
Yeah, dang straight I'm ready.
Hey, Lauren, I got a question.
Yes.
How many turns does it take to finish a snack? Am I still eating?
I mean, how fast are you eating? If you're just going num 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 num, you can probably be at least most of the way done. If you're doing it more
Okay.
leisurely,
Well, it's probably
savoring
like
it.
It's probably like a fantasy Pop Tart, and there's no hurry, so I'm just kind of.
No, you're savoring it. You've got it still.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, cool. I
Can
wanted
I-
to make sure.
Step forward,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
I'm going to look at the Naga and say, well, I think in this exact instance, one, you got the Arbiter actually listening to his friends, understanding now maybe that might isn't just about strength. And I'm going to sit down, See, it's a little bit of a long story, but I think maybe a story telling the truth will do a lot better than trying to give you some sort of like grand pyramid scheme or something like that, standing on each other's shoulders. I don't think that's going to work too well.
In the background, Queso was already halfway up Sully.
And I'm going to sit down and relay a little bit of the history of our interaction with the Arbiter and the impetuous little child that he was when we started. Hard-headed, always looking for a fight, getting back in there, fighting Vorpal bunnies and getting annihilated, to becoming a little bit more measured and learning what it means and protecting a child and a couple of children in his home temple when other people attempted to take deals, and how we all stood together through that. How he had interactions with Bahamut and even took me to the point of understanding that maybe not all dragons are as bad as I would like to think that they are, to having to say goodbye to Cortana and leaving other friendships and companions behind, and yet we're the group that is still stuck together through all the trials and everything else that come about, up to this point of we're in the desert and we've made mistakes together, but we've learned together, and now we're here in your space and we've never run away from each other, even though we've had ample opportunity. And he's even willing to, in his own home turf, which this temple is, listen to the advice of his friends, and we as his friends are still there beside him, ready to work out. Very similar to how, is this Naga? I'm guessing it's a gal, because you said like you've not talked. Is it brother, sister, or sister, sister?
Sister, sister.
In the same way, we form a team similar to how the Naga has a team with her sister. They work together in tandem, and they haven't abandoned that role together, and so we're not doing that either, and we're chasing down this trail, attempting to seek justice and protect the world from the same enemy of the original Arbiter, while also growing along the process.
Okay. Make.
Is my future vision thing, can I help him with advantage on that? I know we dropped out of combat, but would it still be in effect?
With how much he has been talking, and even the summarized version is still longer than a minute, so I'd say it's probably faded at this point.
Just wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I got the first sentence in.
Essentially, this is a skill challenge at this point. So Halberd, go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Well, y'all.
Roll good.
Nope, that's a 3.
Ooh, ouch.
I tried.
Yeah.
Halberd.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you advantage because this is a moment of honesty and Halberd admitting some things he's never actually admitted out loud.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and let you have one more shot at this.
It'd be nice.
Make it count.
10.
10. Okay.
3. Oh, stupid dice.
Better than 3.
There's my 19. I'd rolled them together. Oh,
Okay.
well.
The Naga, you can see, is nodding. She seems interested in the story and in the growth that the Arbiter has presented. And she says, I sense the truth in the words that you speak. The bond shared among your group is beneficial, perhaps. She looks and her gaze scans over the rest of y'all. I shall not judge just the Arbiter. If the bond between you is all so strong, prove to me your might as a group. Who else would like to contribute to the skill challenge? Persuasion has already been taken. Find another skill, something else that your character can contribute. Something you are proficient in, something that makes you unique, something that you can bring to the table.
You should have said that before, because I am not proficient in persuasion. I would have lied straight up.
Oh, that's funny.
Halberd, you were the one who initiated this and opened it up to the group.
No, I get it.
This
I
is
This
have
your
is-
no
this
problem.
is-
I like it.
This
I
is
think it's
alright.
great. I just wish I had rolled better.
This is not gonna end well.
It works like that sometimes.
All right.
I will walk up to Solyax and whisper in his ear, do you have lesser rest? Are you able to restore conditions today?
Always.
I will turn to the Naga. I will say, I, for one, would place my life in Solyax's hands, and I will cast Feign Death on myself and drop to the ground.
Okay. Feign Death.
When did you get that one?
I didn't even read what lesser restoration.
I thought I was the only one that had that.
Histor came back with a vengeance.
Right?
Let's see.
I love this.
Okay.
I may have been wrong that fixes it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it thinking that ain't gonna fix it, bud. Oh, it's okay. We're both super smart. We got this.
Oh my gosh.
I'll walk over to him and cast Lesser Restoration on him.
I saw blinded in the thing, and I was like, oh, it probably works like lesser restoration. I don't know if Casator would know that and maybe not have done that, or if I'm just out for an hour. I'll leave that to the DM. I'll leave that to the DM. Or maybe
Okay.
roll an intelligence or arcana check to see if I did that.
Oh,
Okay.
I love it. No, you just watch
You-
him
I should
drop
read
and
my
be like,
spells better.
I don't understand.
Okay. Here's how this goes. You touch a willing creature. You are touching yourself. So you go into a cataleptic state that is indistinguishable from death.
Mhm.
So you fall straight to the floor.
Uh-huh.
You are, to all intents and purposes, you have just died. Because you
This is great.
because you're basically dead. I'm gonna say you're incapacitated and essentially unconscious. So you aren't taking actions to dismiss the spell.
Correct.
So you cannot release yourself from this.
Well, man.
Just
No, that won't fix.
roll a performance check for me. Let's do that.
I should really read my spells better. Performance. Okay, that's decent. Okay, 21.
21. All right,
We all think he's dead.
guys. For all intents and purposes, Kazator took a few steps forward, said this, saying he's willing to put his life in Slayex's hands, and collapsed down to the floor, boneless, lifeless. You see the dead body of your friend on the floor in front of you. What are y'all doing?
What the hell happened?
Since I also have this spell, would I recognize what he's doing?
Make a wisdom check.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Just straight wisdom?
Straight wisdom.
Modified 20.
Yeah, you've got a pretty good idea of what just happened.
All right. I'll
I don't know what I would do. I feel like I need to roll for something.
I'll mind link to the individuals in the party in turn. Just tell them it's a spell, it's fake, it'll be okay. Would I also realize how dumb he just was?
I mean, you're familiar with the spell. You do well.
Apparently
Okay,
more
well,
familiar than I am.
well, Soyak's not being familiar with the spell will do what Gator suggested to him before he killed himself and walk up and attempt to cast Lesser Restoration on him.
As he's doing that, Val can cast Dispel Magic, and it'll look like totally legit.
As far as he knows, Soyak doesn't know this spell. He
actually.
thinks, well, I'm going to do this, and he said this will bring him back, so this will be fine. So I'm going to.
Wait, do you have Dispel Magic?
Me? No. I don't have the little spell slot. There's still little spells. So I'm going to attempt
We
Lesser
genius,
Restoration.
y'all. We be genius.
So you take the Lesser Restoration.
The lowest intelligence.
I'm going to say Kazator.
Uh-huh.
Your speed is still 0. You are still incapacitated, but you are no longer blinded. The Lesser Restoration has lifted the blindness. You are still limp on the ground. You look dead. But you can see what's happening. Your eyes are open. You can see what's happening around you, even if you can't really move.
So did he open his eyes?
So what?
Did his eyes go from closed to open?
No, but we'll say that they had stayed open as he fell.
He just straight up went,
Well, I'll go help the limp body up. Make sure he didn't hurt his head.
It is eerie, like puppeting this to all intents and purposes, this dead body.
now.
That's the movie, right? Where they put the sunglasses on him? And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that.
I can just see like Dorn standing behind him, puppeting.
And the whole time this dog is like, okay, Mike,
Weekend with
this
Cage
is not.
She said might,
She
not
is-
intelligence.
I started us off on a good path, y'all.
She is watching, she is observing, she has not cast her judgment yet. What is everybody else doing?
While they're dealing with that,
Take an hour, bro.
I'm gonna take the next hour. No. Although I feel like Val could. To allow for the bonds that make up the strength of an arbiter. We're not your typical adventuring group. We've been gathered from all over, and not just here. Excuse me, dying over here. I'm in service to the deity Seanine, and have been a solo adventurer for the better part of 2 years. Having come from a life of familial rejection and slavery among others of my kind, it's hard to join with others, to emotionally connect with other beings. This group, this family, has not really given me much of a choice in the matter. They have accepted the quirks of each other and helped each other grow. And my deity, while a little on the fickle side, has pointed me in this direction and kept me with them for the better part of, we said it's been about 6 months, right? was the last we heard, or last I remember.
A little less than 6 months.
So for the better part of 6 months, we've been together and in communing with my deity. She has encouraged me to keep pursuing the relationships with this team. And although I focus on the aspects of death and transition, and that is really my domain, this team has taught me what it's like to live and what it's like to contribute to life. And I'm really trying to emphasize the religious aspects of this here. Don't know how well I'm doing, but that's kind of where I'm going with this. Don't you give me that DM look. Don't you give me that DM face.
I see what you're trying to do.
It's hard for this to not become like persuasion related.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's stretching Elle's creativity.
I was avoiding anything charisma based like the plague.
As you persuaded the Naga.
As you persuaded the Naga. Right. Just real quick, as she's listening, can I observe the Naga and see if anything that I'm saying is resonating, and if there's any part of the story or any part of the different things that Soliak said that's been kind of resonating with her?
Make an insight check.
I like those. Oh, I like those a lot. Yeah, that's a 25.
Okay.
Yeah, 25.
You see the Naga's body is coiled, is not aggressively, but patiently. It is listening. It is letting you present your case. It is withholding judgment at this point. As you're speaking, there's a brief sort of acceptance that you read passing over her face as you start, especially when you start bringing up your devotion to your deity and the sort of the commissioning that you have experienced. It seems like there's something in that she finds relatable, maybe even admirable. And that's what you got.
Fair enough. Kind of picking up on that. I was there when the great dragon spoke to Soliak. We were there to help bring back from death the young girl who would become the oracle of Bahamut. And with that experience, the confirmation of Soliak as the arbiter and as the path that he had been set on, his confirmation that he was on the right path. There is no doubt in my mind, or I think anyone's here, that he is worthy of the title.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Oh, sweet, merciful goodness. Thank you, because that's the only thing that I could have done. All right. 26.
Okay.
I rolled a 3. Don't say that with hesitation. Don't you dare say that with hesitation.
I don't trust anything. Lauren's got her crazy DM face on.
I trust a 26 more than I trust a 3 or a 10. So
I mean, fair, but still.
Val, one of the things you notice is when you spoke of the Oracle, there's a slight shift, a slight tension, a slight excitement almost that passed very briefly. Blink and you miss it over her face. Hard to see, only because you were paying so close of attention, only because you were watching the responses of the Naga as you were speaking. Did you even glimpse it?
You know what?
Oh, wow.
I'm going to mind link with Solyax. She seems to be interested in the Oracle. And yeah, that's all I got, guys. You're on your own.
Okay. Doran, Solyax, what are you two doing?
Looking at my notes to see what the name of people is.
Doran's been carving out something while everyone's been talking.
I thought Doran was munching on the snack.
Yeah, well,
He's carving out something with the snack, using his teeth, and he's going to give
He's
it.
making one of the carrot foods.
well, no, I guess I probably finished the snack because they said I was, helping Kazator, but then, because I wanted to make sure he didn't hit his head with stuff.
Kazator is still, to all intents and purposes, just limp and very, very dead. Very dead.
Vanira is the name of the girl, right?
I'm.
Yes.
I think I just lay him back down gently.
Yes.
Okay.
I have an idea, but
I will
Somebody do something.
I will look up to the Naga and say, yes, there is a girl whose name is, I just lost it, Vanira. There's, I literally just looked at the page, I closed the book, I was like, wait, what is it? There is a girl whose name is Vanira. She was killed. And to be honest, I don't recall how that would happen before we showed up. But her brother Xantir was desperate to bring her back. We aided in this, and through the casting of a divine intervention, through my friend Sarai, the cleric, was able to revive this girl. She then returned, and to all of our surprise, was an oracle for Bahamut. Sarai then took the children to Dragon Throne for their protection, as there is an organization that is hunting them, known as the Brotherhood, who we believe to be a front for the cult of Tiamat.
You say that, and a shockwave of tension just bristles down her body. Her eyes lock onto yours.
It is our intent to shut down this Brotherhood and whatever schemes or plans they might have. I've received a message from Sarai requesting that I return to Dragon Throne as soon as possible. This is my intent, for she said that my guidance and presence in council was needed. So I do intend to return there, but through mishap and fate and great fortune, we found ourselves here beforehand. I've heard the stories of who I thought was the arbiter of this time, and yet I have learned that history could have been wrong. And I seek to find the truth before I return to Dragon Throne. and take that truth back with me. This is my current quest, and I'm only able to do it through the strength of those around me. Without them, I never would have made it to this place, nor I believe I never would have cared to seek out what is considered truth.
Make a persuasion check.
Make a history check. Well, that's a 27.
Nice.
Ew.
As you speak, you meet her gaze. And it feels as though her gaze is looking right through you. You feel the weight of her judgment. There's a brief pause. If anybody else has anything to say, this might be the time to say it, to do it, whatever y'all are going to do.
Well,
Do something, Doran.
yeah.
Jump in on this party, bro.
Yay.
George just runs up and gives Celix a hug. I love this
And in
guy.
the background, you have
This
Facebook.
guy's the best. I didn't hear what you said, but I'll assume it was nice and pleasant and happy.
It was.
I mean, Doran will pull out the axe and just kind of like put it on the ground and point out at it and just, you know, I'm, by all intents and purposes, I really shouldn't be a part of this group. I'm not much more than a blacksmith. And before we got on this little venture we're on, this is one of the best pieces of work I made. And here recently, we had acquired this item. And it is, you seem intelligent, so I don't know if you know what it is, but it makes the wearer a bit smarter. And I myself am not the smartest man in the room without it. And being part of a group of any sort of friends or people who work together, whatever it is, you need a wee bit of trust. And I would have, when we got this, my immediate trust was that it would go to someone who uses their intellect more, and that would not have been me, because I feel that my strength is in my strength, because I'm not particularly the smartest man. But they gave it to me so that I could be better at what I do. And then I point out the gems, the rune stones that I made for all of them, and the one on myself. And you know, these little trinkets are not much, but it's the first step towards improving my craft. And these little baubles, they make healing a wee bit better. And it rides that line of that trust, because I want to be able to help these lads, and especially in a case like this where we're dealing with something that's fiendish and wants to hurt other people. So, frankly, I feel like I shouldn't be here, but I'm with people who are good and trying to do good in the world. So, we're just trying to help Scaly One here do good on his world, because he's a good lad.
As you gesture to the items you have crafted and to the allies that you have around you,
Dave's.
you see the Naga uncoil herself, and she comes and she inspects what you have pointed out. She investigates the proof that you have offered. And as she looks through these, she seems pleased, impressed perhaps even. She goes back to meet Celiax's gaze, glances over all the rest of you, and speaks to Celiax. History has a way of repeating itself. If our enemy, if Asha's enemy is truly rising again, and Bahamut has called an oracle to his service, you are needed, Arbiter. Though you are young and reckless, and she sort of glances down at the wide sort of slash against her scales that you left on her. Your friends will try to balance you. Do not take their trust, their faith in vain. And she looks at all of the rest of you. I charge you to support him and to guide him. Teach him the wisdom and the temperance that you all need to accomplish your task. She looks at Celiax. Do not dishonor Asha's memory. You have proven your might in a fashion. I will permit you to pass. And you see her gesture with her body and her tail towards the door. There is a brief, almost sparkle of light where you can see the invisible wall that had been there is just disintegrating as the spell is released. The path opens before you. She moves out of your way and permits you to pass.
I'm gonna pick up Casator and just like dummy him over me. And then just thank you, Guardian. I will do my best to adhere to the counsel you have given and live up to what Asha, the example that Asha set. That reminds me that your sister mentioned something about a key. Is it through there?
You'll find it in the room beyond.
Oh, see? Oh, that's fine. Thank you. Well, we should be leaving. And I'll walk through.
Being my distrustful self that I am, do I believe all is good with this Naga, or is this something that I don't trust? I'm sorry.
Make an insight check.
Please do better. No, I wanted this earlier. Oh, insight. 26.
Okay. You look her over, and the serpentine body is fairly unfamiliar to you, but with your study of dragons and sentient scaled creatures, and especially your experience with the talking snake that you had early in your travels with these companions, you get a sense that there's urgency to her form that there wasn't before, that something in your discussion has brought up issues or perhaps brought up memories that encouraged her to permit you on your way, that she thinks there is something that would benefit you that you need to pass in order to learn or to receive.
I don't get the impression she's going to let us get through this door and then lock it behind us.
No, that's not
Fantastic.
something you get.
I'm sorry, I'm just distrusting. So
You are what you are.
We will head through the New hallway.
Okay. You head through the hallway and into a small room, about half the size of the previous room. And there are
Okay, so towards
essentially there are two sort of raised daises in this room. On one is a small key, brassy in nature, not super intricately carved, but there's a presence to it, an energy to it that Celiax, you pick it up?
I will
What's on the other one?
put Quesator down and say, Doran, here.
Yeah,
Just-
I'll I'll help him.
And then what's on the other dais? Yes,
Had him
On
on
the
the
other
dais.
dais, this actually catches Halberd's eye. There's an arrow on the other dais. It looks to be cast metal, and it looks to be solid gold.
Oh,
I will go. I will
There
Nothing
is
the lamp.
there's a carving on it of scales, and where the fletching is, you can see where the scales end into a curled dragon tail, and where the arrowhead is the carved figure of a golden dragon head.
I will go and I guess pick up the key. Anything happen when I pick up the key?
Nothing happens when you pick up the key. There
Okay.
is a brief, like a feeling of static electricity, that there's an arcane essence to the key. You guess that there's probably something about the locking mechanism on the door that would prevent a forgery from gaining entrance.
And then I'm gonna walk over to the arrow and can I like look for traps on the arrow?
I'm looking at this arrow, by the way. I'm looking at what it's sitting on, standing on, whatever it is. I'm very intrigued.
Both of y'all go ahead and make investigation checks.
While they're doing that, can I walk
13.
over to Quesator and pull out some charcoal, and I want to draw some like little rings around his eyes, and then on his cheek draw like his little hawk bat thing symbol.
Remember, he can see.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, actually, I don't know that I would know that, because as far as I know, he's blinded.
Let me just
Yeah, as far as Val
Oh
knows,
yeah, he
he's
did cast
blinded.
Lesser Restoration. So I make sure to close his eyes first before I do that.
Which is good because he can't blink, so his eyes were starting to dry out.
Oh, dude, ouch. Try socket. So yeah, I'll close his eyes, and then yeah, I'm gonna draw little rings like total raccoon eyes.
Why are you doing that to him?
Maybe give him a little the little winged eyeliner look.
It's the thank you, my eyes were hurting. He's so nice. Val is such a nice.
Oi, when you're done with that, maybe can we figure something out so I don't have to carry him right now?
Well, I mean, you can put him on the ground for the moment. Looks like
I
they're gonna
know
be a few
that,
minutes.
but you know,
We'll say about 15 minutes have passed. There's probably about 45 minutes left on the spell.
Great.
The investigation checks.
13.
14.
You do not see any traps.
I will pick up the arrow.
As you pick up the arrow, nothing happens.
Do I get a sense of what this is?
it's a golden arrow.
It's an arrow. It is a golden arrow. It is carved. There is a weight to it that a normal arrow doesn't have. Like this is a very heavy arrow. It does appear to be solid metal. It looks like it can be shot. It does not look like it would have great range if it did. It would take a skilled archer to shoot it with accuracy.
Do I have any idea what this is? Does it
Make a general intelligence check. Jordan, you're my new favorite.
How fast?
He's not the hero we
A
deserve, but
commitment
he's the
to-
one that we need.
What is that?
He's the hero that we deserve.
You say charcoal?
Yeah, I went legit.
You would have drawing charcoal, wouldn't you?
Method actor.
Jordan, that is delightful.
15.
15.
But he doesn't know that doesn't wash off.
Celiax.
Yes.
In your expert opinion, this is an arrow. It does not appear to be sharp. While it is formed like an arrow, the edges themselves, the arrowhead is blunted. The fletchings are also cast as part of the metal, so it looks like it will fly, but it is heavy. It is it's not like a normal arrow that you've seen before. You're not really sure what purpose it would have. It seems perhaps decorative or ceremonial, but you're not familiar with any rites or ceremonies that would use something like this. It could be.
I thought you were done. I was gonna be like, "Oi, let me look at it."
It could be some sort of arcane tool, perhaps, but you don't sense any inherent magic to it. Its purpose kind of escapes you.
Do I
It's pretty.
get the sense that, like the key, it's acceptable for me to take, or no?
I mean, this is the room that you were permitted into. You don't. What do you think? What are you going to do?
Let's go back and ask.
The arbiter.
Well, okay. I will take the key, and then I will take the arrow, and I will turn and walk back out to the Naga with both.
Okay.
And once I get out there, I will say, excuse me, Guardian. This is the key that I'm required to get, yes? I'm gonna hold up the actual key. But this, I do not recognize it. Is this also needed for
Bless you.
my future endeavors? I don't know
You
what
seek
this
the key?
is.
You hold the key.
Yes. That's a yes.
Well, that was for the key, but the
Arrow's the real key.
Arrow is also part of the key.
Okay. Well then, Lauren, in that other room, was there any other passageway? It was like that the end of that little room.
Is there anything
Nope,
carved
that is
on the
the
wall,
end.
either, or anything interesting that other one?
Make an investigation check.
Roll.
Since you're looking specifically at carvings, you can go ahead and roll with advantage, Doran.
Oh, cool. I'll do another one. Yeah, the first roll was better. So, 17.
17. Faintly carved into the room, the walls of the room are arcane symbols. You see where they link together, and there's something about these symbols that reminds you of something you've seen before. Make a history check for me.
Just so I know what I'm doing. All right. Not as good. That is 12.
Okay. 12 is actually what you needed, because this was not that long ago. When you were in Whitebrand at the library, you had encountered a similar force field that protected an area. You get the sense that the runes and symbols in this area are of a similar nature. You guess it ties back to the force field that had covered the doorway.
Okay.
You don't find any particular hidden doors or or tunnels or anything like that.
But this is basically what I'm getting is that this is the magic lock that kept us out.
Essentially.
Okay. I figured it out. Well,
I hope Doran pick up Kizator and we'll head out with them.
you want
Okay.
the shoulders or do you want the feet?
I think I will take the feet.
The height difference is Christopher's walking now like this.
Yeah, but I mean, like if I drop him, he's got for less distance to fall. So, I mean, you know, just saying.
You're not wrong.
I switched
Hold
back.
that pike position. Just hold it.
It's a good core workout.
Oh boy.
Jordan, what did you do in session today? I drew charcoal on my eyes and held the pike position.
After I killed myself.
Boy.
All right, Val, you would know that with everything that's going on, the spell's probably half up. There's not a whole lot of time left on it, about 30 more minutes. This seems like a good stopping point for our break as we go ahead before we jump into the rest of the session. So we'll be back here in just a couple of minutes. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in, and we will see you soon. And welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in for the second part of our shenanigans today. Let's go ahead and jump right back into this. So y'all have just gotten this key and this arrow from the room that the Naga was guarding. What are y'all doing now?
The head is that.
Look at the arrow since am weapon man.
Plug this thing the entire time, or do we want to wait a few more minutes for it to wear off?
I mean, I have no problem carrying him.
I'm going to drop the feet then and let it take over. I'm not strong boy.
I will continue to hold on until Celiax actually takes him.
I was really hoping you were going to say you drop him too.
No.
Okay, I would like to.
Well, maybe.
Doran's nice.
I would like to use the rope of climbing and command
Okay.
it to wrap around Casator and make it a convenient carrying handle for him.
Are you
Here's the
wait?
question.
So
With the
hold on,
rope
wait,
of
no. Make a fantasy baby Bjorn. Just lash him to you.
Yes,
So
I like that better.
question, because this rope can move, right?
Mhm.
Can you have it coil around his leg, up his legs around the waist, and then have him make him
Inchworm.
walk?
No, I don't think.
Oh, do like you're Chewbacca and he's C-3PO.
Yeah, no, I like the fantasy baby Bjorn. I want that.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I get the rope, I
So-
start commanding it. Doran says his thing. Ooh, I like that better.
This is getting a lot kinkier than I was anticipating.
Strapping him. to it. Yes, exactly.
This is just gonna be Jordan the whole episode.
I can't not wait for him to wake up.
I think
No, because it takes time to get this situated and for the rope to wrap around him. And he can at least see. Well, no, he can't anymore because Val closed his eyes. Never mind.
Nope, he can't see.
So yeah, it takes about, we'll say 5 or 10 minutes. So there's only about 20 minutes left on the spell until he comes back to himself. So y'all head on back through the Naga's room. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You head on back through the Naga's room, and you can see she's coiled up sort of against the northernmost wall and just watching as you leave.
I have a
Yes.
question for the Naga. I'm curious, and I don't know if you might be able to ease my curiosity, but as we entered in the tunnel where it branches off, there's an altar or a stand there, but we haven't been able to open it. What exactly, if you are here to test our might and your sister's there to test our worth, what exactly is that testing?
You will see. When you pass my sister, you will find the key to solving and opening the way forward.
Thank you very much, and I'll Elvish salute and follow my party out.
Bye.
Well, Guardian, I do have one question as everybody's leaving. The green dragon.
She sort of raises an eyebrow.
The
But yes.
green dragon on the mural in the hall. Can you tell me its name?
You speak of the viridescent blight?
Never.
Well then.
Val says yes. Jay's freaking out in writing. Give me what?
Viridescent blight.
Viridescent blight.
Dang it. Forgot how to spell that word. Is there a C in there?
Yes.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've used that word. A good word.
Thank you.
This is on the mural that was talking about Fiera, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
I've not heard it called by that name, but then again, I've not heard it called by any name. Does it have a? Is that all it's known by?
He is also called Lascaris.
You know my next question.
Lascaris.
Lascaris.
How does it spell?
That's my next.
Laskaris.
Guys, we've got 4 names.
Ask him if it's a. Well, I can't get you to ask a question because I'm not there.
We've met Dracinia, the Evanrath. We believe we've met Reuben, the Alabaster Ruin. We've come across the name Kalaran. I'm not sure who Kalaran is yet.
She is most ruthless and violent of all her siblings.
Oh, good. I was hoping.
Does she have another name?
Stacy.
They speak of her as the Carmine Calamity.
Carmine?
Interesting. You have way too much fun with this, young lady.
And what was the other name for her? Okay.
Wait, that was Kalaran. That's the name. That's
Kalaran?
Yeah, the Carmine Calamity.
It was Kalaran, we think, who slew Asha in the end.
So that's good to know.
Okay. Since Wes is also a dummy, would this be red or blue?
Carmine is a shade of red.
Okay.
Thank you.
A deep, rich, cochineal red.
Cool, red.
So all we're missing is the blue. You wouldn't happen to know the blue dragon's name, would you?
We speak of Nilakanta, the cyanic scourge.
Learn that. All right,
If
pal.
these Nilakanta.
NILA.
Kanta.
Thank you.
How drunk were you when you came up with these?
Not at all.
Don't apologize. This is
Sleep deprived.
amazing.
Okay, that's what it was.
These names are like some Power Ranger shit. I love this.
Right?
Cyanic scourge.
I love this.
I'm
So good.
digging. This is why I play D&D, guys.
All right, so we got all 5.
I can't claim all of them are straight out of my head. Some of them are based off of figures out of mythology.
That's fair.
And I will leave it up to y'all to Google Fuit and find out which ones are which.
I'm good. I'll just pretend they're all yours.
All right.
I'm
Go for it.
Do you happen to know if during Asha's day that these dragons could shapeshift into human form?
It was the gift their mother gave them.
Nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Figured something out.
It's about time. See if you can use that on the next Naga.
Probably not. I don't know what red is.
I have. I appreciate your help, and we'll try to keep this one on the straight path.
At about this time, Soyux walks by with Bjorn. Well, here we go.
Wish us much luck.
If these are the forces arrayed against you, you will need it.
I don't need much.
Mhm.
It's okay.
I need more arrows of dragon slaying.
Right. And I'll follow, bringing up the rear of the group.
All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll say you'll make your way through the room of shifting sands, where the sands fell on you from the ceiling above, back through
like that
the murals and the center room where you first entered in, with the dais in the middle and the carving of the door on the wall, back through
Is Babyface Thor waking up yet?
right around the time you're getting to the second room of murals, the first one that y'all had seen. Kazator is starting to stir. Kazator, you come to your senses and you are very comfortable.
I have a little bit of dry rations and I start feeding him.
Get me out, Bow!
I don't know why you're blaming me. He was the one carrying you.
I saw you close my eyes.
I
And then
was
I
just
felt-
thinking of your. I was just thinking of your
Eat. Here.
your eye sockets and how dry they would be.
Eat.
Did it
Let
work?
him out. He's gonna need his legs for the next room.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
So glad that's over.
How's it feel getting to play again?
So
Like I said, that was some of my best RP.
All right. We will undo him and then go face the Scarlac again.
I don't want to.
Dexterity checks all around.
God dang it.
Excuse me, dexterity saving throws all around.
Okay.
Can I use
Favorite.
can I use the rope of climbing to latch on to something across to give us some type of aid in this?
Since we already have gone through this room like
Rope of
twice
climbing
now.
with grappling hook.
Yeah,
Combo.
go for it. If you're willing to take the time to send it out and to get it to latch on and to stabilize it.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Yes. So what does that do?
Does this
You'll
room
roll with
suck?
advantage on your dexterity saving throws.
And I will
We've-
say, I don't know,
We've built
Doran and
suspension.
Kasator next to me.
Okay. So Dorn and Kazator add +4 to all of your dexterity saving throws.
Yay! And it's at advantage because of the.
And it's at advantage because y'all have gone through here before, you've gotten it basically figured out.
Yay! Thank you.
So that's a 14 for me.
All right.
18.
Good deal. Kazator,
29.
Halberd,
15.
Val.
23.
All right. Y'all are skirting around the edge. And Solyax, you feel your foot start to slip,
All right.
but you catch yourself on the rope. You have got it set up. You are familiar. You are attuned essentially to the sensation of the sand in this room. You
We're-
can
we're
feel
there to
as it starts to make your attempt to draw you into the center towards the mouth of whatever creature you know lives down in there. Between the rope and then Doran and Kazator on either side of you, you manage to stabilize yourself again, just barely, and continue your way around the edge of the room, getting into the next section.
Okay.
You see the Naga that you had previously seen in here. You see the door that she guards. You see the fine stonework, the bare room, and now that you've seen on the other side, you can see that this side is essentially a mirror for the most part. That the two sides, the two rooms that you've gone through, have basically mirrored each other. The Naga is there. She is waiting.
I will walk up and pull out the key and the arrow, because I guess it's also a key, and show them to this Naga.
You have passed my sister's test, and you have proven your might. The strength of your arm, the strength of your heart. I think in your case, and you see her take a deep breath, and a forked tongue flashes out and scents the air. Your character has proven true. My sister judges your strength enough. Prove to me your worth. Why should I let you pass?
We are currently on a mission to stop the rise of the cult of Tiamat known as the Brotherhood. They have been assaulting us across worlds as we move, and all the way to the point of they attempted to claim a new formed oracle of Bahamut in the form of a little girl. We were able to stop them, and she has been moved via a friend of mine who is a cleric named Sarai to Dragonthrone. We are attempting to gather what information we can about this ancient foe, and through mishaps and great fortune found our way here to this historical place. And I do seek knowledge and a rightful accounting of history, which I fear may have been lost and misspoken as the years have passed. And so it is my duty, I feel, as the arbiter appointed by Bahamut, to stop the advancement of Tiamat, and however that may show itself, as arbiters before me, such as Asha, did to a far greater scale.
You're not wrong. Bahamut calls his arbiters for just such missions as this. Go then. Do your work.
I fear that I cannot do that without the knowledge of how those before me accomplished such tasks. And there is history here. I have learned much since coming here, but I do not feel that what has been gained is all that there is to learn here. There are more stories on the walls that I feel I should learn.
You wish to read the writing on the wall?
I wish to interpret the signs that are shown.
What do you seek to learn?
The true accounting of what happened all those years ago. Because the history we have learned or have been taught was that the warrior Zelisar that traveled with Asha was the appointed arbiter. Upon coming here, I have learned that history's recounting of this time was false. And Zelisar is not, or was not, who he is depicted to be now. I wish to learn more about the true arbiter of the time, as well as any information I might gather on Tiamat's children, her 5 heirs. We have encountered a few of them, survived through luck, and I wish to be better equipped for any future encounters that might come my way when dealing with Tiamat or her spawns, be that through equipment or knowledge or the guidance of those who know better than me.
Soyix, you feel the weight of her gaze press on you. It travels over to pass over the rest of your group. How close are y'all standing to Soyix?
Yes,
Pretty
I'm still
close.
standing close to him.
Yeah, I'm kind of standing probably about 10 feet back from Solix.
It's gonna be off his left shoulder, but I don't know where everybody else is, so I can move accordingly.
I'll be on his right.
Okay. You feel a wave of magic pass over you. I want everybody within 15 feet of Solyax to make a charisma saving throw.
Really? Of all the saving throws.
How many would everybody be within 10 feet of me, or?
Yeah, I'm 10 feet back.
Everybody said they were, yeah.
Okay.
Be smart.
Get close to me. Charisma saves?
Group hug.
Yeah, I'm good at this. So everyone
I will
add
say-
4.
I will say, as y'all feel this wave of magic pass over you, the Naga sort of flares herself up, picks herself up. Speak truly to me. Solyax, what'd you get?
23.
Val?
Well,
Did you add 4?
yes.
All right.
It's a
Solyax,
negative.
that's a success. Val, that's a fail. Halberd,
10.
that's a fail. Kazator,
18.
that's a success. Doran?
We're getting +4 from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's an 18.
That's a success. All right. Those of y'all who failed, which is Halberd and Val,
The 2 with the highest. Not great at charisma.
you are not compelled to speak. But Val, you're familiar with this sensation. You know that if you do speak, you will be compelled to tell the truth. Solyax,
Truth zone. Zone up.
the Naga lands her gaze on you again. You resist. Can I trust you?
I find that when attempting to divine the truth from someone, asking them to fail so that you may gain trust, if that is how you do it, is a beneficial way of doing this. Did not give me the heads up or the warning to fail, but yes, you can trust me.
Make a persuasion check.
Roll better.
For the record, I'm always prepared on Zone of Truth as devotion, so I'm well acquainted with this spell. Persuasion, 25.
Truth. Zone of truth.
Her eyebrow raises as she looks you over. She takes in your appearance, your youth, the state of your armor, the wear it has, your weapon, how you hold yourself, your shield, and her eyes catch on it. And the weight behind her eyes intensifies. And she moves forward. She starts circling to the side a little bit, and then back to the front and to the other side. Just looking. She steps back. How can I find you worthy when Bahamut himself has given you warning?
I never claim to be perfect in that which I pursue. And as a part of a journey, there's an element of growth and of divining what is in fact true. As part of this, I did indeed have questions and questioned that which I was taught. Some of these questions I've learned were wise, such as questioning their accountings of history, as I had been told. But then some of these questions forced me to try to decide if everything I believed was in fact as true as I held it to be. These are things that I have learned and do continue to learn. I am not perfect. I am flawed. And while there are times when my devotion may not be as unwavering as I would like it to be, I do continually try to prove and to find the truth in whatever means I can. Bahamut has showed me his warning. And through it, I have taken heed. As part of my return to Dragon Throne, I hope to find answers and find a way to prove to Bahamut that I can be his instrument as he requests. For you, you wish to discern my worth, and if I'm worthy of that which lies beyond this door and further in. What I can tell you is at one point in time, Bahamut chose me to be his arbiter. Through a series of events, I questioned that decision, but I am now on a path in which I choose to be Bahamut's arbiter. He may have picked me, and therefore I felt the choice was taken from me. But what I am learning and have learned is that one's decision, one's choice, is not always made up by those around them. So yes, My worth may not look apparent, but I do tell you that there is abilities within me, and that I do believe I can still be the instrument that Bahamut has chosen at the beginning.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, not as good. 13.
13. You speak well for one so young. You believe yourself worthy. Her gaze shifts over to Val and to Halberd. Your friends shall speak true.
Crap.
Tell me of this arbiter. Tell me the best of him, and tell me the worst of him, that I may judge his true value.
Take two. Ready? And
He's impetuous and hard-headed. Has a mind of his own, and I think he's coming to grasp what it actually means to be a follower of someone, which actually coincides with maturity and wisdom. You start off young, as he did, thinking you own the world, and then realizing you're a small part in it. I think he's coming to understand that. So that's his faults for sure. Definitely impetuous, prideful, definitely some pride there. That's been shaken a little bit. He's had to question who he is. That's been kind of fun to watch, I'm not gonna lie. Started off super duper arrogant, oh my gosh, but now he's actually a little bit palatable. I can take it. I enjoy him.
you're compelled to tell the truth. You don't always have to talk.
Well, nothing that I'm saying is gonna do any harm, because he has actually grown. So what's his worth? Well, there have been many times when he's held the party together. Many times he's put his life on the line for people who are innocent and not able to deal for themselves. He definitely stood up against servants of Tiamat, and they wanted to shove pretty good. He held his ground. He's seen the other side, and he's come back because he still had a purpose here. And in regards to his worth, you're asking me, but I think you should ask maybe the one that he serves and the one that Asha served, because as far as I can tell, a warning is a warning, but he still bears the shield of Bahamut, and Bahamut hasn't taken that away yet. So I think he's worthy.
She nods. I thank you for your judgment. She turns to Val. And you, young one?
Where does one so young begin to speak on who is worthy? I follow a different deity, one who is shrouded in mystery and death, and there is where my domain lies. His domain lies more in truth and in justice, and treating those around them with respect, dignity, and the authority that he's been given. And while he has questioned the thoughts and beliefs that were taught by mortals, he has never, in my eyes, questioned the rights or the domain of his deity. He is strong, both emotionally and mentally. and physically as well. As one who is also young, I maybe tend to overlook more flaws that I also see in myself. But I know that he cares deeply for those around him, and his loyalty to them has never wavered. Beyond that, I don't know that there's much more that I can judge that hasn't already been said. And while he may or may not be worthy in your eyes, he is necessary. Without him, we cannot complete this mission.
Fear not. Even should he fail my judgment, I will not take him from you.
Dogs outside freaking out. Sorry.
I thank you for your judgment. And you? Those who also resist my magics. What have you to say?
I mean, you know what you were trying to do to us, for one thing. I'm not much more than a blacksmith. I don't know what really I meant to do here. But
Tell me of your friend. As I said, I wish to know his greatest flaw, his greatest darkness, what he is ashamed to bring into the light, and his greatest joy, his delight, his brightest moment.
would we know about the conversation he had with Sarai? Would we have any inkling? Were any of us around for that?
Mm-mm. Nope.
I was going to point at that one and be like, yo, he gave up his girlfriend for this job.
Yeah, no, that's when we went on. We went on a walk.
Did I send JoJo after you though?
Damn it.
I don't think so.
No, not at that point.
I remember thinking about it, but maybe I didn't. Okay.
I don't think you did.
Darn.
Wouldn't that have been awesome?
No.
One time your friend's spying on you, come back to help you.
So I can't specifically say that part, but I feel like I could still say something to the effect of like, this is his life, this is his job that he has staked himself for. Is that fair? Can I use that?
I would say you would know. You wouldn't know the details of the conversation, but you would know, if nothing else, just through the ribbing that Howard gives him all the time.
Well, yeah, because like I think even when I was a dum-dum, I was clever enough to see that there was something there.
Yeah, you would know through being affected by his "you can't be charmed" aura.
Yeah.
An essence of what that would feel like.
Yeah, okay.
And then you would
I didn't
know.
want to metagame this like we're doing, but like I wanted to make sure I wasn't cheating
for sure.
words.
No, you're good. This is good conversation.
Okay. It's conversation. Yeah. All right. So okay, I'm looking at Snake Lady, and from what I've seen, he's given up a lot for this. I don't know if you'd call it a job, but he's given up a lot to be the arbiter for Bahamut. It's not my place to say, but he gave up happiness to be with someone. At least it's my assumption. don't get me wrong. But he left someone standing behind to do this and to put his arse in front of pain and possibly getting killed to help other people. And I mean, that's a good cause, eh? Is he perfect? No, none of us are. I sure know I'm not. We've killed and hurt, but it was never out of malice. But still, it's happened. So I don't know. I can't think of a particularly nefarious act that he's done. We've hurt people, we've killed some people, but in this sort of endeavor, when others are trying to kill other people and you're trying to stand in between them like a shield, like what he carries, there's going to be some ugly things that happen, and we can't seem to control that now, can we? But he left someone behind, and she, I think, was disappointed in him. His commitment to Bahamut is pretty damn strong. So, is he perfect? No, I'm not either. But it's not my place to judge. I'd rather celebrate the good things he's done, not the bad. If that's fair.
I thank you for your judgment. She looks you up and down. Her eyes lock onto yours. Roll a persuasion check for me, Doran.
Am I good at
Well,
those?
good.
Oh, wow. I'm actually proficient in that.
What?
17 plus 4 plus another 4 for proficiency.
Nice. 25 total?
I think that's how math do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You have 4 plus
yeah.
4 charisma?
No, I just have that as a my charisma is 0, but I have. Oh, I'm sorry. Take off.
21.
Okay, so 21
I was
total.
like,
It's just persuasion because it's
I
Yeah.
thought he was
I
getting
mean,
a plus 4 from your aura or something. I was like, wait.
no. It's I think it's because I'm a guild artisan. I get persuasion or something.
Quite possibly. Something from your
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. But it's still a roll of 17 plus 4. So
Still impressive.
Yeah.
So as she thanks you and you feel the weight of her gaze on you, as she nods, and then that gaze transfers to Kazator. And you? What have you to say?
this man that I walk beside, this dragonborn that I walk beside, once called me his friend and threatened to kill me in the same day.
These are facts.
There was a time when the impetuousness of his youth outweighed the wisdom that Bahamut had seen fit to grant him. As my friends have attested to, we have seen him grow and become someone that we are proud to stand beside, someone that we are proud to call family. I don't know how to measure someone's worth. Do you measure it in their accomplishments? If so, has proven himself to Bahamut time and time again, as we have faced the armies of Tiamat and come into contact with not only her minions, but with her children. if worth is defined by your accomplishments, then I think all four of us have attested to what he has done and what he is worth. If worth is something beyond that, I don't believe it can be measured by a mortal race. And he is the one that Bahamut chose. I think that Bahamut's wisdom and discernment and his choice is probably the greatest evidence to his worth.
Also, his name on the screen right now is Tiamat Pooch.
I thank you for your judgment. Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Kizator.
There's only going to be tearing up over there.
And the episode title is going to be like, yo, we compliment Solix like a lot.
I know, right? The Solix episode.
The Solix roast.
Solix's ego
Also, I
stroke.
appreciate you saying that I threatened to kill you, and you didn't say because you mocked Bahamut. Thanks for that.
He doesn't
He
want to
thought
get
the
thrown
reason
in-
was unimportant. He was like, that's a natural 19 for a
That's
total
about
of,
you, Brett.
for a total of 30.
Ooh.
Hey guys, our bard's doing bard things. I'm so happy.
You've inspired people today. You've like
Persuaded.
wow.
Persuaded. I kind of died on purpose.
All we need is for him to
Dramatic,
seduce
very
the
dramatic.
dragon, right?
Hey, I got a performance check from that, so
So weird. That's weird.
very, very
Hey.
bardy today.
How'd you perform with the dragon?
She circles back around to the front.
Kills all of us.
You have much to learn. Perhaps what lies ahead may teach you. I will not stand in your way. Go and learn wisdom, young arbiter.
I know.
What does this mean?
I don't want to go meme just popped in my head.
I'm in danger.
She moves out of the way. You see the doorway that she had been standing in front of and she had been guarding is carved into the wall. And in the center of it, right in the seam, there is a keyhole. What do you do?
Yeah, keyhole as in like for the key, or is it like shaped like for an arrow thing?
It looks very much as though it is shaped for a key.
Okay.
Fairly standard.
I guess I will go forward and try the key.
You slide the key in, and as you slide it in, you feel a deep, thunderous, reverberating click. You turn the key, and as you turn the key, the stone wall itself begins to part, to slide open. You see a hallway leading slightly downwards, and you see beyond it a room. It's hard to make out the details, but it looks very much to be a match for the room that you received the key in on the other side.
Did the key like disappear with the door, or like what happened to the
The
key?
key is sliding with the door.
Cool. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
What
Okay.
do we?
It's dark down there, right?
It is dark down there. There
Dark
is a
vision.
faint sound of water moving.
What do I see with dark vision?
Yeah.
You see a ramp, very shallow ramp, leading slightly downwards. You see stone lining the almost cobbled stone, worked stone, lining the walls and the floor and the ceiling. The bracings similar to what you had seen holding up the entrance to this undercroft.
Well,
You get a sense that it's a fairly small room. The air is still for the most part. Halberd, what's your passive perception?
21.
Okay. There's a very, very slight metallic tang to the air.
Before I went into the room, I wanted to offer this snack a snack too.
Yes. That should be the episode title, Snacks for Sneks.
Yes. That's absolutely yes.
Nom nom for no bro.
I approve. Yes.
You offer the snack, and this one's a little bit more of a friendly response. There's a wide smile, and you can see the fangs and the forked tongue that is tucked carefully behind them. You can see flashes as she speaks. I thank you, Master Dwarf. Unfortunately, I have no need of food. Your kindness is appreciated.
That's got to be a rough life.
Okay.
I know my heart just broke.
I will cast light on the shield and head down to the weird room.
All right, you head on down to the room. You see in this room, there are 2 pedestals. On one is another arrow, also cast of metal, carved similarly. This one, though, appears to be made of copper. The carvings that are on it match the anatomy, the build, the physique of what you would see on a copper dragon.
Mm-hmm. And on the other pedestal?
On the other, you see a bowl. It is held in an almost oblong shape, and on either side, carved, formed of the same material as the bowl itself, are 2 basilisk heads rearing up. You see dripping in a very slow stream from each of their mouths through the carved teeth is a dark liquid. It fills the bowl, but does not overflow. It is eternally running.
That's
okay. When I get closer with the light, do I recognize any of it? Can I tell what?
As you approach, it takes on a reddish hue, and a strangely metallic scent grows a little stronger.
So like it changed color, or he just can see it more good?
Oh, I just could see it better.
Doran.
Kind
of bloody.
Doran.
Hello.
Kind of bloody. One thing you note, Doran, the stonework of the pedestal and the carvings of the basilisk are very similar stonework to what you had seen on the dais in that very first room.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys.
You might want to.
I tell them that.
This smells an awful lot like blood, but the blood of what?
This looks an awful lot like blood.
Lauren, does it look like blood, or does it look like it's water that has been running over or been saturated by some sort of like metal iron oxide, which stains the water red?
Make a perception check or investigation.
Can I
actually
help him?
pause? Yes. How are you looking at this? Are you smelling it? Are you touching it? Are you tasting it? How are you checking this out?
Tasting it.
I won't touch it. I don't feel like that's my place necessarily just yet. But I will look at the way it flows, the viscosity of it, look and see granularly, is there anything in it? And you can tell the difference between blood and red water oxide.
They flow differently.
Yeah.
Make a perception check. Also, blacksmith, you would be familiar with this. With Doran's assistance, go ahead and make it at advantage.
Modified 20.
Modified 20. This is definitely blood.
Brad.
I will go over to the copper arrow thing.
Mhm.
And I will grab that.
Okay. You retrieve it with no issues. Uneventful.
Retrieve the arrow.
Copper is
Move on.
blood. It must be involved.
There's a possibility that we may need to take a vial of this up to that other altar.
I feel probable. Or it will require our blood on the other altar. I'd rather take a vial and test that first.
I don't disagree, but do you think this is important here? Should one of us, I'll look at my hand. If it looks similar, should I?
No. I will.
Pull out one of the vials and.
I got a few
Yeah.
vials for days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know you had some.
I got vials.
I always, if I drink a vial, put it back in the bag.
Yeah. No. Sure.
So I will pull out a vial from the bag and
Okay.
scoop some of the blood out with it.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Jeez.
You should have let me do that.
Dexterity.
Don't touch
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, you scoop being very, very careful with your fingers. You're not getting any of the blood on you. You scoop it gently into the vial, and as you do, everywhere the blood touches turns to stone. It's no longer a glass vial. It is a stone vial. There's a little bit of the blood left in it.
What about the
Yay.
arrows?
I wouldn't risk that.
No.
So we take some of it and we bring it back to the sand room and we splash it in there so we can just walk.
Okay. So we have.
It's a fairly small bowl. There's not quite that much liquid in there.
There is
it keeps
a
refilling.
bowl. Can we pick up the bowl itself, or is it like attached to the?
You can certainly try.
Well, how? I mean, looking at it.
It does look to be carved from the pedestal to be
Okay.
attached.
Okay.
Are there any type of like symbols, writings, draconic words, anything like that? That would
Make a perception check.
I have no idea.
21.
Nothing that you see.
Are
Lauren,
the two heads
can I-
the same, or do they look in any way unique?
From what you've seen, they look to be carved to be nearly identical. They're mirror images of each other. The slight variations that you can see look to be more from
Because
the hand carving.
Hey,
Okay.
Lauren, can I
Yes.
go over with one of my vials? I'd like to, holding it from the top, just dip it in, let it turn to stone.
Mhm.
I'm going to put on a glove from my disguise kit, hold the bottle, and hold it and let it drip into filling the stone vial.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Make a sleight of hand check for me.
I'm wearing a glove. I don't know if that makes it just
Mhm.
FYI.
Giving it
That's not bad. Sleight of hand. Where is that? 17.
17. Yeah, there's one slight drip that slips just down the outside of the vial, but you managed to avoid it. It doesn't make any contact.
So we now have a vial of blood.
You have a vial of blood.
Okay. Okay, so you don't happen to have a magical hand, do you?
I do.
A big one or a little one?
A little one.
I mean, we could use a little magical hand to
Fill a couple
fill
more
up
vials.
a couple more
Ooh.
vials.
Your little magic
Okay.
hand.
Good idea. I will
Why
cast
not?
Mage Hand. How many do we want?
Well,
There were 4 up there.
yeah. How many balls are at the?
4 basilisks.
Here, do we, Sulyax, are you, I would love to take some of this with us. I don't know if you're intending to take vials with us or if you just want more vials for experimenting at the days.
Well, here's 6 empty vials. Fill what you can.
Okay. But answer my question first, if you would.
I'm uncertain. I would like to have enough to fill whatever we need at the front, and then any beyond that, this could prove to be useful for whatever. I don't know.
I
what this would be
agree.
used for.
Here's the only thing. We have no way to cork this vial. If I put a cork in it, the cork will turn to stone. I don't know if...
Even if the cork doesn't touch the blood, will the cork turn to stone? If it
No,
just
but how
touches
are we
the
going
stone.
to how are we going to transport these in a bag or a pocket without it sloshing around and potentially spilling? I think these would be very dangerous to carry.
Well, if the
I'm perfectly fine filling them and taking up as much as we need. Everyone can be thinking, I don't know of a good way necessarily to carry them
if the
with
cork
us.
does turn to stone, we just break the stone. It's
Okay.
not
But
lost.
I guess the question is if A is touching B and they both turn to stone, are they melded or are they just two pieces of stone touching?
even if they are,
If a stone cork is in a stone vial, that's a very different material than a cork, which is soft and creates a seal. Would a stone cork in a stone vial leak?
I feel like you would be the one that we should ask this question to.
well,
Wait,
also,
I
okay,
mean, my thought is if the cork is tight against the inner stone, then if it turns to stone, that maybe that seal would stay. We just have to break the vial in order to release it.
also,
If
Lauren,
we have like
what was that?
1,000 Who?
Doran?
If we have like 1,000 vials, why not just experiment real quick?
Mhm.
Find
That's kind of
out.
what I was thinking
But
too.
also, question, Lauren, about the bag. How I put
Holding
things
bag?
in and how I retrieve things, is that like it's an empty space, so it's not like they're moving or flipping. So
Sure.
for my using the bag of putting in healing potions and things of that nature, do I retrieve them in the same manner that I put them in? Like if I take out a healing potion, put it in, like, place it down so it's right side up into the bag, reach my hand in, wish for that same potion, and pull it back out, does it come out in the same, like if I will it to come out in that same manner, does it?
Same orientation.
Well, that would make
Does
sense.
the
If
extra
you put a
planar
sword in and you ask for the sword back, are you gonna get a blade through your hand? Like, there's got to be some level of like
I think so.
sensibility. Just a thought.
Yeah. The question would be, does the extra planar dimension shift with the bag?
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't think so, but
Magic is
who
complicated.
knows?
I mean, we can test this theory with the health potion because we got plenty of those. I can put one in, pull it back out, see if it's rotated at all.
Just shake the bag a lot first.
I'm looking at the bag of holding description now, and
It's
it
also
says
like-
absolutely nothing about this, which means that
Right.
it's DM fiat.
Yeah. Because
Oh.
then can you rattle a bag too much? Can glass vials rattle and break in the bag against each other? Should we wrap all our glass vials before we put them in? Complicated bag of holding.
Right.
I feel like it. Yeah, there's a level of.
I was like, I'm gonna stop giving you guys these puzzles.
I don't know.
Oh, the puzzles aren't the problem. It's the
That's what I'm saying.
creative
She's like,
uses of items.
I don't need to give y'all puzzles. I'll just give you a bag and you'll do your
You'll
own.
make a puzzle
You'll
out of
make
it.
your own
You'll make it
puzzle.
complicated.
I
I will go
make a
ahead.
puzzle for Lauren.
What
There
do
you
I
go.
see on this
How does
bag?
it
It's a
feel?
bag.
I'll go ahead and
Mm.
test while we're discussing the bag of holding and use mage. I'll cast Mage Hand and have it do the same. Basically, dip the bottle, turn it to stone, fill it up, cork
I
it,
feel like
Just the
and
cork
kind
theory.
of
this
shake
is
a little.
bit-
Yeah,
maybe this is a bit, I don't know, overly questioning, but like how sturdy a stone is this too? Like, is it real? Because it's a thin wall of glass that's now stone. Wouldn't it be kind of like, how sturdy would that be?
Doran, this is
Hello.
something that you would have noticed, keeping an eye on
Yes.
the stone in the glass vial.
Yes.
The glass vial seems to almost expand a little bit as it turns to stone. Like
Okay,
the
so it's like-
dimension of the vial is slightly, just ever so little bit larger as
It's the
stone.
candy coating.
Almost like it was coated,
Yeah.
and the coating turned to stone first, and then the glass turned to stone.
So then that's what I were.
Okay, well, Doran,
Hello.
perhaps you could put one of these and try to. Oh no. As we're testing this theory, Casator, if your magic hand holds it, Doran, can you hit it with your hammer and break it?
Hey, first of all, I'm not sacrificing my pride and joy for that, but yeah, we can make that happen. So
Well,
I get out.
I think the real
Ready?
test would be to see if it breaks when we throw it, wouldn't it?
There might be an easier way to do this. And pull out a little,
like Nintendo and let it drop
I say a
my
little
cheek.
piece of leather, and basically shove it down into the one of the health potion bottles, to where it kind of seals it, and then give that to Casator. Can you run this under the spigot there? It should only turn the leather to stone and leave the glass intact.
True, but how will that?
How is it sealed?
What will that fix?
Because then we can take the leather that hasn't been, as it's in its process. How quickly did the thing turn to stone? That's actually a good question. Was it like several seconds, or was it instantaneous, the whole thing stone?
Took about 6 seconds.
Okay. So while it's turning, fold the leather up inside, put a cork in it, and that leaves everything inside.
So we have a ball of stone.
With inside that stone should still be the blood.
Okay, but what do we do with that?
But the leather would not be sealed. It would leak out and get into the vial.
And then also, how will that different from having a stone vial?
The glass being a little bit more protective. And then we just break the stone when we get back up.
But the glass will still turn to stone anyway. Right?
It leaks, right? So
yeah, if it leaks, the point was to take like a leather coin pouch type deal, and
I have lots of those.
Right, and have it basically have a pouch, a stone pouch of blood that's sealed, and then have that inside the glass.
Okay, well, during our practicing Casator, the flipping it upside down, how did that work?
Yeah, the first thing I did was I take Mage Hand, I dip the bottle to turn it to stone, I fill it up, cork it, dip the cork. I have a stone. So theoretically a sealed stone vial of basilisk blood. I'm going to use Mage Hand away from us to like turn it upside down and kind of shake it and see if the cork holds, see if it leaks at all.
Does Mage Hand have a strength modifier?
It can lift up to 10 pounds. That's all it says about strength. It doesn't have stats.
What type of stone is this? Is this granite? Is this
spectral
vial,
footing
right?
hands.
Few ounces of liquid.
The title.
Rock.
Wow.
Maybe a couple of pounds. Right?
Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll say it. You turn it over, Mage Hand shakes it. It stays pretty well sealed.
Pretty well sealed. Is there anything leaking?
Pretty well.
You do not see anything leaking out of it.
And then Lauren, for my question about the bag, figure something out.
We'll say, I'm going to regret this, I know I am, that it stays in the same condition that you put it in. That if you put a bunch of glass vials in there, they're not going to rattle around and break together.
So I could put an uncorked vial, or like I could fill up a glass of ale, put it in there, and pull it out for later, and it'll still be full.
And she
I
already
am going to regret. Yes, this is something you could do.
Well, if I could go back to the point I made a minute ago, like if you have the bag of holding and you put like a sword in there, and you ask for the sword back, why would it give you the blade end of the sword or spear? Or
But the important thing, here is to make sure it doesn't rotate while in the bag. So what? Yes, I can wheel it back up. But the important thing is, if I can put it in the bag, move around, reach back up, and still have a mug of ale, this is awesome. I can transport ale now.
Oh no, the dwarf is with you on that one. Cheers, lad.
This is good news. But also it means we could put, this basket things in there, fine. But also ale.
Okay.
Also ale.
So the question is, how do we want to have them all uncorked so that we have to pull them out delicately and use them, maybe a couple like that so that they're more delicate, that we're using in less tense situations, and maybe a few that could be thrown or something if we need to in more combat situation.
How easily does one of these stone vials break?
Well, okay. There were 4 basilisk heads and
one
pillar, right?
Yes.
How many bowls? There's the hand.
There was a hand, and then there was heads at the corners. I don't remember
there was one bowl.
One bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to take 4 uncorked and then cork the rest?
Yeah, let's do that.
So we're going to use up all the uncorked and not take any?
Oh, John,
Well, no. So we'll take 4 uncorked, and then we'll take however we have empty vials. So how many essentially empty vials as we can of cork?
Kesitor.
Yes.
Can you use your mage hand to scrape the bottom of the bowl and make sure there's nothing at the bottom?
I will use mage hand to try and pick up anything that's under the thing. Does my mage hand turn to stone?
Your mage hand is spectral. It does not turn to stone. You don't feel anything in there.
Okay. I'll hand over. I've got 4 vials.
Okay.
I've
So
got 4 potion vial things.
I'm curious if you might actually need a stone hand to fit in a stone bowl.
I've had the hand imprint. It was slightly bigger than ours, as in would grow if made out of stone. If that time comes, I will do it.
I can fix your hand.
Exactly. And if not, then this is a.
You could also try it with the glove.
Yeah, we could try. Just put on a glove and see.
We can, but this is. I work on.
This puzzle's gonna work
at
like
all
that.
times. For my armor, I also have gauntlets. But
Okay, so let's do our thing.
yes, so let's fill these up, and then if that time should come, I will do that.
So how many do we have of each?
Okay, I have 6 vials,
And I just handed 4.
so we have 10.
Holy crap!
We keep track of every potion that we drink.
Yeah, no, I don't throw away anything.
Wow.
Like,
Y'all are hoarders.
No. I get that. But you just
That's
filled 10
smart.
vials up with this.
Yes, because we're going to need 4 for upstairs,
Mhm.
and then that leaves us 6 to play with, to make ammunition, to make whatever.
Possibly kill ourselves.
That's always a possibility.
But
Yeah,
So
I can
gas
lesser
pistols is one
restoration
thing.
or greater restoration one of you.
okay, so we are going to. Lauren, is there enough blood to fill 10 vials?
Well, she
Listen, I didn't
describes
It was
as an
endlessly
internal
dripping.
path.
It was endlessly dripping. If I didn't feel it drain down there, I could just fill it from what's dripping, and then it doesn't even empty the bowl. I don't know if that works, but
That's what I was thinking we were
I
doing.
mean, sure, that works for me.
my theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
am marking.
it's magic.
I am marking 10 basilisk blood vials in the bag.
Okay.
God almighty.
And how many are corked?
6. 6 are
So we're going to use all. We're going to use all 4, and then we're only taking corked ones.
No, so we're gonna. I mean, yes.
Yes.
Once we are essentially done with this temple, yes.
All right.
I mean, what do you suggest?
I didn't know if we wanted to take any uncorked in the bag so we could have access to the actual liquid rather than having to break it. That's going to be a one-time use. You throw it, you break it, it's done. If we want to experiment or you try to use it in any way, we'll have to have it uncorked so we can pour it out.
Okay, I'll do 5 and 5 then. I'll give you 1 for your experimentation.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. So this is what we have now. We're doing this.
And we do have.
My hand is totally
Okay, so
turning
we're
to stone
doing
next time we reach into this bag.
Oh, this is gonna be amazing.
Just don't drop it in the bag.
So we're headed back to the dais then?
The important thing is I can't dump this bag out now. Like, I just can't turn this bag inside out
No, you can't.
until I pull those specific vials out
Yeah.
first.
We're gonna forget, and she's not.
No, I
100%.
don't forget what's in this bag.
I think this is the moment we all take very important note of what's in the bag. Or at least
have-
of that one particular thing.
5 uncorked and 5 corked, and the corked ones do not leak. Yes?
That's
As far
correct.
as we know.
Okay, so
We never did get an answer to, does the stone fuse to the other stone?
Shall we keep moving?
We didn't try to uncork it, no.
No.
But we know it doesn't
yet.
leak.
does it come
We can
uncorked?
try that later.
Yeah, let's try that later.
Okay.
Oy vey.
All right.
We're walking. I'm writing this in the bag, and we're walking back to.
For narrative
And
brevity, we'll
walk-
say you'll
walk-
manage to help each other along through the Sarlacc room.
I do
Star
wanna,
Wars, Disney, don't
Thank
sue
you.
us.
Thank you
on
for
our
the
way on our way out. I do want to stop by the Guardian Naga and hold up the other copper arrow and the gold arrow and ask, "What are these?"
There.
Arrows.
I knew it. I called that.
Seem
You knew this was coming.
okay.
Called the shot. and I
Do
feel
they do
good.
anything special?
Yeah.
Are they?
Why are they? If they're just arrows, why are they placed in such a place of prominence?
Fire them from a bow.
Good to know. Thank you. You've been very clear on everything.
I can identify these later.
We go to the thing.
You head on out. All right. You're in the. We'll hop, skip, and a jump. You managed to make your way to the front room.
Hey.
What are y'all doing?
Okay.
All right,
Oh my
so
gosh.
just because it's been a week, the pedestal has the handprint,
Hmm.
a bowl, and 4 basilisk head.
The handprint is set sort of into the bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was only one.
I'm
bowl.
Like there, it's not so much a bowl as it is just a slightly curved, raised,
Yeah.
very slight, like dinner plate size, essentially.
Do we want to pour
But
one
it's
of the
like
vials in?
Indented into the
Handprint?
pedestal.
and
Or
see
on the
what happens?
basilisk heads.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Test number 1. I'm reaching into the bag and pulling out an uncorked one. Everything's fine?
Wait.
Make a sleight of
could
hand
I-
check as you navigate it out through the mouth of the bag.
Jeez. 3.
3. You manage to get it out. You jostle it just a little bit, and a drop of blood splashes out. Roll a d20 for me.
I get my
3.
tong from my maker's tools out.
3, you said?
Mhm.
So I guess
Okay.
3 carrying it with your right hand or your left hand.
My right hand.
The drop of blood splashes onto the back of your right hand, and there is a slightly raised stone part of your hand.
I have a stone temple.
Well, here's your vial. We've already started this, so
Well, before we go get crazy with things,
Maybe we should just get all the dangerous objects out of your bag before he.
maybe put on. Well, actually, wouldn't it, you're wearing gauntlets, right?
mhm.
So it's only on your gauntlet,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
But
Okay. So this isn't nothing to be afraid of at the moment.
Did it so?
It didn't hurt.
No.
It wasn't stiff. It moved with you.
I just have part
So-
of my
Is his gauntlet or is his hand stone?
Were you wearing a gauntlet or were you wearing a hand? What did the drop land on?
I always have part of my armor, I always have like some type of gauntleted thing.
So yeah, part of the gauntlet.
So not to worry at the moment. So let's just try our experiment. So experiment number 1 is pouring a drop on the basilisk side.
Sure. I will
The officer, it's on you.
well, this is far beyond me. Smart people, Anybody?
Try it on the basilisk heads. Maybe we should all get one pour and drop on the basilisk heads.
I would like to use the tongs I have with my blacksmith tools to fish the other ones out of the freaking bag, please. Can
Well,
do?
What if you, here, how
Can
about
do.
this? Why don't you give the tongs to, say, Halbert, who is
Yeah.
good about things like that, and he can fish the other 4 out of this bag.
Go fishing. Here.
All right, make a general sleight of hand check, just to see
General,
how well this happens.
22.
Really well.
I was trying to
fine.
say, hey, let me do this before, but man,
It's fine. It's fine.
yeah.
You remember
So
we
far.
just talked a whole bunch, and I think every single one of them said that Celix is like very impulsive.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, we got this. Moving on.
it just fits with the narrative, bro.
So we
Yeah.
each of the.
But also
So
choose
I'll
life,
take one
don't
vial
die.
to one corner.
I'll take one.
I really
I
feel
want that
like
one.
Put your hand in the thing if
I'll
this
take
works.
another one.
Yeah, the 4 of us take a vial.
Yep.
He's got to. We're gonna make Solix put his hand
The
in.
goal is to what? You're just pouring these over the.
We're gonna
these
pour.
vessels
We're gonna
then?
pour a drop on the basilisk first. See if that does anything. You stand by to put your hand in if we see something happen. If not, then we try experiment number 2.
I just hate to waste a whole vial.
Well, we're pouring a drop.
Okay.
Drop. Start with a drop.
All right.
All right,
All right.
so each of you will take a corner. Do
3.
you pour a drop on the basilisk's head?
Drop.
Mhm.
We do that.
And he puts his hand in the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Buddha palm.
All right, the drops fall, impacting on the carvings of the basilisk heads. Celix puts his hand in the bowl, starts pressing down. You can feel like that little bit of give where it starts to shrink down and almost matches where his hand is. And there's still that 1/4 inch border. There's still something stopping it. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take it. Look at his hand with your permission, sir.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pour it on his hand.
Soyex,
Mhm.
you feel this liquid cover your hand, seeping through the joints of the gauntlet. And it's oddly warm. You feel a transformation start to overtake your hand as you see your hand begin to turn to stone.
Mhm.
Gauntlet and all. You look at it, and it's weird. You should expect it to feel stiff and immovable, but you have full range of motion still. It feels like your hand, the dimensions feel a little odd. Your fingers slide together in an odd way.
We are all taking baths in
What
this
do you do?
stuff.
So, yeah.
I did that.
I
That's
put my.
amazing.
I mean,
Earth elemental.
it's in there. My hand's in the bowl, so I'm putting.
All right.
You know.
You go ahead and your slightly larger hand sets down into the bowl. And as you set it down, as you push it down, it contracts and it meets the stone, and you can press it down. You feel it sink farther than it had before. There's a click of a release, and there is a vibration through the earth, and you look up, and the carving of the door that you had seen directly opposite the entrance begins to open. This is the way. And that is where we will go ahead and stop the session for
Yeah.
the day.
Good thing, guys, though, because I always use Sorex is right-handed, so he put his right hand down, and now he can reach into the bag and pull those out, no issues. He also can never take this gauntlet off.
Restoration.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well then.
Well, this has been fun.
This has been fun. Thank you to everybody for joining us for the adventure today. For further adventures, stay tuned. Come back here same time next week, 2 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock p.m. Central Time, here at twitch.tv/thekeeprpg, or check us out on our YouTube channel, which is also The Keep RPG. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.